Okay, and I think we're back already. Pretty fast reset. Nothing too big there. We're going to be starting up to the next match here shortly. I'm not exactly sure which one's doing it, because I'll be honest with you guys, we're kind of... there's a lot of matches going on at the same time, as everyone knows. We're trying to keep you updated to everything that's going on with all the matches. But we're kind of on the front lines here ourselves. So we're definitely just trying to get things explained as they come to us. So we do apologize if we're a little bit on the slow up and up. Yes, you can record my voice for Onisaki Hito. Jeez. Congratulations. You got me to acknowledge you on chat. Good job.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat myself, but it looks like most of the requests are coming towards you, Ztrot.
Yeah, it tends to happen. I apologize.
It's okay. You're the star of the show.
Star of the show that doesn't know what he's doing. Mr. Color saving my butt while I'm trying to make stuff work. Everybody give a nice round of applause for Mr. Color. Can we get some whoops for Color?
No. Don't do that. Come on, we're here to watch the players, not hear the commentators. Like.
Oh, I know, but building hype for anybody is still great. Everybody's got to have a good time, you know?
I guess so. I'm already having a good time.
Well, that's excellent. As long as everybody's having a good time, that's the main thing. We're trying to have fun. And look at all them whoops for you, man. Everybody whoops for you.
That's great.
Oh, you got one. You got one anti-whoop.
Aww. Oh.
Alright, all silliness aside though, we will be, we're still waiting to get confirmation on what we're going to be streaming next.
Well, I guess we can already say what the next matches are going to be, right?
Well, yeah, you could definitely say what next matches are going to be played, yes, of course. It's just, I don't know which one we're streaming yet.
Okay, well, the next matches in about a few minutes are going to be Malaysia versus China and Hong Kong versus the Netherlands. So, in my opinion, two really big matches right off the bat.
Yeah, those are really nice. It's kind of sad that we can't stream both of them.
That's true.
I mean, those are two real good teams right off the bat there. And for those asking about who the commentators are, I'd gladly like to inform you that we have myself, Ztrot, and Mr. Color. How you doing, Color?
Hello. I'm doing very well, thank you for asking.
We also have Jesse1412 here.
Over here, guys.
And we also have one of the UK's other top players, Raikou, with us as well.
Hello there, guys.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad, thank you, Ztrot.
We have, I feel bad because I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right.
Tuglet.
Yeah, Tuglet.
Just get used to it.
I'll get used to it. I do apologize, though.
Yeah, hello there.
Yes, and we have Ephemeral just kind of hiding in his little bird nest up off to the side. He's not really saying too much, but he's here.
Entertaining the chat, I guess.
Language.
Okay, I talked over him. Should be fine.
Just pretend Ephemeral doesn't exist. It's the best way to go about the stream.
You hurt me. I'm hurt.
Alright, but for our next matches, I've actually checked the groups and everything. So Malaysia versus China, this is a Group H match between top seed China and third seed Malaysia. And the other match coming our way is a Group F match between Hong Kong and Netherlands. Netherlands being seed number 2, and Hong Kong being unseeded.
Okay, so it actually looks like we're going to be the one that's going to be viewed here is going to be the wait, hold on, wait a second, I'm sorry.
Malaysia versus China. There you go.
Yeah.
And wow, it looks like we've already got our players set up for this match. Let me check if that's right. Very quickly. Do we have results for the other matches so far? Can you maybe check that?
Yeah, I will go ahead and try to get some information on that and see what's happening there.
Sure. Alright, in the meantime, for the Chinese setup, we've got Prophet, Delsun by Wobaini Macau, and D-San.
Now, all of those players are actually really scary, and they're all really popular players. They've been around for a long time. So I think China's actually one of the scariest teams this year, but China is kind of legendary for their lack of legendariness in Osu World Cups. It seems every single time something seems to go wrong.
It seems that way. It was that way last year as well. I mean, everyone expected China to at least make it to the quarterfinals, and am I right when saying they went out to round of 16? It seems that way.
I think it was around 16.
They went to quarterfinals because
they did go to
beat the United
quarterfinals?
States.
Oh yeah, they did. They crushed us. Oh man, don't remind me.
I'm sorry. Don't mean to do it. Yeah, they did go to quarterfinals, but then I mean I think they faced Taiwan, and that was when Taiwan was the top, like the team that showed up when nobody expected them to. And was it Taiwan? It might have been. Yeah. I'm going off from memory here.
Alright, so let me go ahead and get this all out here for everybody. The scores for last hour's matches are in now. The final results were New Zealand 1-4 in favor of the Philippines, so they won that one. Lithuania was 2-4 in favor of Taiwan. Indonesia versus Australia, as you guys know, was 1-4. So that gets all those matches out of the way, and we're going to start our next one. And don't worry, everybody, you'll be updated on the match plays from Hong Kong versus the Netherlands as well, if as we're going through and viewing the Malaysia versus China matches.
Yeah, and it looks like so far not many upsets in terms of seeds. New Zealand, I think, were unseeded against Philippines, which I think they were seed 2. I want to say they were. Then Lithuania versus Taiwan, I think, is unseeded versus seed 1. And then, of course, Indonesia, Australia, we've already talked about unseeded versus seed 1.
So you're looking at the players for this game. In Malaysia, we have Gon, who I'm pretty sure we saw him in the Mania Cup as well.
Yeah, one of the strongest players in the Mania competition as well. Gon, definitely a jack of all trades. He's really strong at Standard. He's also very good at Mania, so we're still waiting on the 4th player for Malaysia. I do know they have one of their star players is X-Series Business. Could you maybe talk a bit about this guy?
That guy used to be really quite a legendary player. I'm pretty sure he used to be really good at hard rock, and his aim was one of the best, but like his accuracy is what people know him for, and his low and stable rates. He used to get legendarily low and stable rates. I'm pretty sure him and Lua were both like competing for the lowest and stable rates at one point, and he managed to beat Lewis. So yeah, he's really scary.
Then we have XPew, which I think is another player who's quite popular in Mania. Yeah, he's actually one of the bats, so
yeah. It looks like everybody's in the rooms now for both Malaysia and China's sides, so they'll probably get started on the warm-ups here soon. And remember, everybody, there are 2 warm-ups. Each team gets 1 map to warm up on, and then we'll be moving on to the banning phase, which they get to ban one of the maps that's in the current pool, and then we'll start with the actual matches.
See, looking at these teams, I have no idea what maps these guys are going to pick, because China's a jack of all trades here. They can play every single mod, pretty much. So yeah, just seeing what maps they pick will be quite interesting.
Well, I know
Wobaini Macau is... team.
Yeah, Wobaini Macau, I know, is fairly known hard rock player, is he not?
But not only that, he's also one of the pioneers of the approach rate 10.3 double time maps. He was one of the first people who was consistently full comboing them, so he's kind of like pretty much the jack of all trades. He was a pioneer and he's learnt everything pretty much.
Yeah, definitely going to be very interesting. I mean, I'm looking at their team and I'm just wondering how this year seems to be their year, if anything. They've got a strong setup, and I think they can pretty much adapt to any kind of situation. So, are they going to disappoint us again? And it would be very surprising because I think they've got the setup that could actually lead them pretty easily to the quarterfinals, if not the semifinals, right off the bat.
Yep. I'm not exactly sure why we're having a little bit of a delay here, but I do want to assure everybody that they are still working on getting the match started. Just everything's set up here, so we should be going in just a moment here.
In fact, I think it's worth mentioning that Del Soon Bai actually holds the #1 spot for overall score in Osu.
Oh, you mean overall, like the standard score ranking metric?
Combined score from every single map. So he's gone through the grind to achieve that.
Oh, wow.
That's surprising. Last I checked, it was one of the it was another player. Because I mean, I'm from back in the days where all the rankings were calculated from total scores. So.
Well, looking over the fluctuations in the rank 1, we had Andrea at rank 1 for a very, very long time, and actually Del Soon Bai was once called GGBY, and for about the past 3 months he's been on top. That's
yeah, GGBY. That's a name that brings that actually talks to me a lot more.
Yeah, even I know GGBY. That even, you know, brings out to me, and I don't even play that much anymore.
See, how did you not know it was him? It even rhymes. Delete Soon Bai and GGBY.
Ah, yeah, you're right. And you see so many different players with so many impronounceable usernames that it starts to like mesh into a huge garble in your head, and you have to, you know, it's always hard to keep track.
I think the crowd's very excited to see San play today.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, Prophet, Desan. I mean, I'm looking at this Chinese roster. We've got Prophet, Desan, Nano, Del Soon Bai, Rebellion, Spring Lane, Spring Roll, and Wobaini Macau. I mean, this entire roster seems incredibly scary to me.
And
I'm interested.
It looks like the first warm-up match here is going to be Nightwish, Bye Bye Beautiful, Shiro's Insane.
Looks like a double time pick too.
Yes, it does sound like it, at least from my side.
So warm up with double time is usually not what we're used to. And by the way, we failed to mention that, but fourth player for Malaysia going to be Naz F.
Just looking at this as a double time pick, and I'm looking at China's roster, I'm just thinking like they have so many incredibly fast double time players throughout their entire roster. I've seen players that play little tiny maps that people might not so much have heard of, but they double time them, and they're the fastest maps that anyone double times. So it's pretty crazy to see them up in the top rankings on those. I can see them being really strong with double time.
Well, we'll see if they can live up to their reputation once the map actually starts, and it starts right now. How fitting.
All right, excellent.
Apparently Happy Stick's streaming for Netherlands right now.
Oh wow. There's a few players that do that, stream their own matches. Looks like both these teams are not taking warm-up lightly. They chose not the easiest map to double time.
Looks like Desan's having a little bit of a problem there. 91% accuracy there. Nazef is having a little bit of issues with it too, but this is a good way to get warmed up, in my opinion. Like, I know if I'm ever warming up to full combo something, not on this scale obviously, but if I want to go in full combo something, double time's a good way to get your fingers all warmed up and limbered out. And I know it
generally,
sounds weird.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And generally picking harder maps than what you're going to play in the actual tournament is a good way. But look at Wobaini Macau right now. He's got the full combo. He's got 99% accuracy, towering over everyone else. Scary performance from him right off the bat.
And you could see how calm the cursor movements are. And I know it kind of looks like you're seeing the same thing, but if you pay attention in the stream, you could see when a player is, you know, stressed on hitting a note, or if they're doing it really relaxed. And he's just relaxed through this whole thing. It seems like he's not like exerting too much pressure.
Yeah, well, it is a warm-up, so the pressure is not really applied so far, but I mean, you're right, and I mean, some of the other players definitely struggling with this one. You see Nazef, he's got the C rank with 72%, definitely struggling with that one. But it is all warm-up, so we shouldn't be seeing any of this in the actual match.
People tend to go overboard when it comes to warm-ups.
That's true.
Yes,
one way or the other. I remember last year we actually played the Osu tutorial in warm-up.
Yeah, it seems to go incredibly over the top or just nowhere at all. That's how warmers seem to tend to go. I'm wondering if we'll see any super crazy warm-ups this year.
I've always wondered.
We probably will.
Oh, of course. There's always crazy warm-ups.
Oh, don't worry, we will.
But I've always wondered, because I don't pay too much attention to how it goes, but can you even use... You can't warm up on anything that's in the map pool, can you?
Nope, you can't.
I don't believe you can.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's going to be a bit of a weird result, because there's actually only one player from Malaysia that didn't fail the map, and that's gone. He gets 2 million points, but he's against 3 Chinese players, because only Delsun Bai failed it for China. So pretty clear win, 20,000 points for China. Prophet, Prophet. I'm gonna fail at pronouncing this player's name so badly. You guys do it you guys do it instead. But he gets almost 10 million points. Wobaini Macau second place with 7 million, and then D-San takes third place with 5 million.
Were you talking about Prophet that you couldn't pronounce?
Yeah,
properly?
Prophet. So, for some reason, I cannot pronounce that word.
Haha, that's cool. I can pronounce something that Keller can't. Yeah.
Yep.
You see, from a player's perspective, I wouldn't take a loss there too hard, because remember, it is just a warm-up.
That's true.
Yeah.
It looks like our second warm-up has actually already been selected. It looks like Super Nuka World.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
It's a very technical map,
Also
especially
sounds
guys
very
extra.
fast.
I like how I say it sounds adorable, and Raiku's there to be like, oh no, it's completely legit, it's technical, it's hard.
Oh,
Like,
isn't it always the happiest or like more upbeat songs always are the hardest? I mean, Freedom Dive definitely fits in that description.
I don't know, Freedom Dive
Yeah.
sounds like it's gonna be painful though. This sounds like, it sounds like happy, like you could definitely map this tame if you wanted to. I'm almost positive it's not gonna be map tame here. This is a tournament and they're using these for warm-ups, so it's definitely gonna be crazy.
I do believe there's an unranked version of this map so floating around somewhere that's quite popular actually. A lot of people play it and it's a bit harder, but still. It's interesting that there are multiple versions of maps and people just tend to flock towards one or the other, and here we've got like a kind of balanced map really. Everyone seemed to choose, everyone seemed to play both of the maps, which is kind of surprising. That never normally happens. Usually one becomes more popular than all the others.
Yeah.
Usually depends on the mapper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah,
man,
that's true.
this background is adorable.
Is he calm down?
Yes, please calm down, Zicha. This is not night.
No, it's not. But very impressive play starting out. Those streams. Oh man.
What's very interesting is the way those streams were structured back then in groups of 4, which vary in spacing, which is what makes it so hard to keep up.
We've actually seen China tank accuracy pretty bad at the start there. No combo losses, but they did tank accuracy.
Yeah, they've got the upper hand on score, but it's just like you say. I mean, Prophet with 94%. Just, guys, please feel free to interrupt me if I pronounce that name wrong. But and Springling pulling fairly nicely as well. He's actually, well, who's got the highest accuracy? Let's see. Looks like Gone at the moment.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Gone and delete soon, bye.
yeah. Gon doing incredibly well. I mean, Gon is like Superman, basically.
Yeah, but in my opinion, Caleb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also doing very well for Malaysia.
Yeah, I mean, Superman is in the ability that he's dominant in multiple modes.
Yeah, we don't usually see that too much of that, but it seems like Malaysia of all countries is one that specializes in standard and mania.
Not just that, Gon is actually one of the rare few who have actually been rank 1 in multiple countries. He was once rank 1 in the UK, 2 years ago.
Really?
Absolutely.
He's an international player.
But yeah, look at that lead for China, absolutely ridiculous. We've got Delsun Bai and a Prophet with an amazing combo that got almost double of Malaysia's score right now.
Yeah, all of them full comboing on China by the looks of things. And the score difference is just exploding here with those combos.
That score difference is huge now, though. I mean, and these kind of massive scores are going to be seen in the standard tournaments, obviously.
Now, I mean, this is a fairly long map, so of course to be expected, combo goes very high if you full combo them. But
you know something I've noticed with the tournaments, and I figure it's okay time to point that out, is most of these professional players, well, I'm going to call them professional because they blow me out of the water any day of the week.
yeah.
But most of these guys don't seem to have too many issues with stamina. Like, even when you get to the last match, a tiebreaker, it's usually they're still playing incredibly strong.
I think over time, you develop a tolerance and your fingers get stronger the longer you play.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, I know usually myself, after like 20, 30 maps, I'm done. I could just go no further, and I know this has got to be stressful for everyone that plays, you know?
Yeah, but oh my god, looking at these players now, China is, all of them are full comboing still on such a long map, which shows how China does look like they're going to be doing amazing this year.
Yeah, that looks absolutely crazy.
Not only are they full comboing, most of them having crazy accuracy. I think Prophet's struggling on his accuracy there, but that does not matter in standard as much, because he has just destroyed everything.
Oh yeah, wow, that score difference. Okay, there's a win by 176,000 points for China.
Million points, my friend. Million points.
Yeah, that's million.
176
yeah,
million.
Millions, not 1,000, not thousand. I mean millions, of course. That is one huge lead. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like that. Wabaini Macau gets the highest score with. Did you get a full combo? It does look that way.
No surprise there.
71 million points. Second place by Delsun by 69.6 million points. And then Spring Lane is third place with 69.2 million points. Oh my god.
That is a very, very crazy start.
Definitely. I mean, if you I don't think China is going to be a team to trifle with on no mod, but then again, as you said, they're very, very, very good on mods as well. So it's going to be very hard to stay level with them.
Honestly, here, if they can pull off Hidden, I'm pretty sure that they will be one of the most unbeatable teams in the tournament right now.
That's true.
I agree.
Yeah, with the banning system though, the other teams can try to, avoid around that and work to their advantage. I mean, that still has something to come into play. When you're messing with the warm-up maps, it's definitely a good way to show what's going on, but still, when it comes to the main map pool that's being played today, like, there's still a game of chess that can be fought before the actual matches are played, too. You can go against them with their strengths and weaknesses, but if they've got Hidden in the bag, they got Double Time in the bag, and Hard Rock in the bag, they might be unstoppable. You might see them taking, the wins.
Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting to see how they play as the tournament progresses, considering they've got an inventory of extremely strong Double Time players, and it's always interesting to see how people do on Double Time further in the tournament, because the maps get extremely difficult.
Yeah, that's for sure. And it looks like we've got some player changes, actually, right off the bat from Malaysia. We've got XQ, he's going to replace Nas F. And not for China, they're just going to keep Profit, which in my opinion is a good choice. He's been doing very well. I don't think they need to change anything at the moment, but we'll see which maps are banned, which maps are picked. These are going to come into play in a few moments.
Yeah, so everybody just sit tight and we'll bring you that information as soon as we can. Oh, and just a reminder for everybody who's listening in, if you're typing into the Twitch chat and you're noticing that any type of emote gets removed, there is a very high volume of people speaking and talking, and it's not anything personal against any user, it's just all emotes are disabled at this time. So it will be removed. It's nothing against you or anyone else, it's just this is what we're going to do, it keeps it clean.
I'm wondering if we'll see any China substitutions for other players, because they have so many good players. They could substitute any of their players and still be just as strong. So I'm wondering if we'll see any substitutions, but I'm not sure if it's needed.
I guess it's just gonna depend on which maps they play, honestly.
I could see them switching out possibly GGBY or Delsun Bai for Nano at some point, if it came to a double time pick. Him or Profit.
Yeah, I remember Nano playing quite a bit for China last year.
So on their team, I'm looking Spring Lane, GGBY, or Delsun Bai, and Wobble and Nikeo. Both, like, all three of them are actually insane double time players. Like, they are the fastest players around at the moment, right next to the other top players. I can't see them struggling.
Yeah, so many different options for them. It's going to be hard. It's definitely going to be hard for Malaysia to take advantage of that. And looks like our first map has been selected. Looks like just like last time, Red Like Roses.
Again, this map is a very scary map for the players because there's so much going on, and with under pressure, it can be quite confusing. So,
oh yeah,
I like seeing this
more
map.
breaks this time. More breaks from China this time.
I mean, if there's one map that I could see people get tripped up on, it's definitely this one because it's so unconventional, and usually you'll want to get these maps in just to not really cheese the other, but just get them with the a curveball basically. And looks like D-San's going to replace Spring Lane for China.
Yeah, I think that could be wise. Spring Lane seems to be like a pretty much exclusive dual-tone player from what I've seen, so hopefully D-San's reading skills should be on par with all the other Chinese players now, and they should be able to carry this through for them.
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about that. I think in my eyes, he could be better than Wobeni Macau, but they're too different to, I guess, compare. But San definitely up there with the best.
And looks like we've got another player swap for Malaysia. They're getting rid of XPU and replacing him with a Tequila Wolf. Yeah, that sounds right.
You got it.
Alright, and our banned maps are going to be, same as last time. Yoiduki Mayuta, so that's one of the hidden picks, is banned. Never Ever Land is also banned. That's a Nomad pick. EOS, Hard Rock. Wait, Hard Rock? No, that's not Hard Rock. Hold on.
It is Hard Rock.
It is Hard Rock. Okay, I should trust in myself a little bit more. EOS is disabled, and Wanna Be My Dream is also disabled. What's that? That's I want to say it's not pre-mod. Oh, that's Hard Rock. So 2 Hard Rock maps disabled. Yeah, 2 Hard Rock maps disabled, 1 hidden map disabled, and 1 Nomad map disabled. So they definitely want to shut down Hard Rock on this match. See how that works out for them. But anyway, we're going in on our first map, Red Like Roses.
Again, this slow intro to build up tension in the Osu World Cup, it's kind of a double-edged sword, really. Like, it can get your nerves going, or it can give you time to calm down, so
Yeah, but it can also work the other way, because with so slow intros like these, I've actually seen a bunch of players get bad accuracy or straight up miss on them.
Yeah, when the main part hits, it's very deceptive. Especially with this map, I gave it a few goes myself, and there's a lot of very difficult back and forth jumps that are throwing a lot of people off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can already see from the Malaysian side, Caleb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess I'm gonna call him like that. 93% accuracy. Like, slow beginnings like this can really throw you off in terms of accuracy.
And here it starts to speed up now, so you can expect to start seeing a few breaks from this point onwards. And I think we just had one. 2 even.
Did we get breaks from Profet and Wabani Macau?
Yeah,
it does
I think
look
we
that
did.
way. It's surprising, but it certainly does look that way.
That could throw a win towards Malaysia, like a break. It's an early break, but this map's really short.
Yeah, and good consistency from Malaysia so far. They're all keeping their full combo and gone with the double S. Oh, there we go. I think here comes a miss from a Tequila Wolf for Malaysia. That's gonna make keeping that lead up a little bit harder for Malaysia.
Gon could be the shining light here.
And Gon just missed as well. So now it looks like China will be able to come back. I mean, if you're gonna miss on a map, you want to do it either very early in or very late into the map, so you don't lose that much points. But now it looks like with Caleb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missing, China is definitely back in this one. Dsan and Delsun by holding with the full combo so far. Delsun by actually, he still got his double S.
That's why he's rank 1 in score. He's got that edge because he's got great accuracy.
And FF Star missing for oh yeah, for FF Star and Tequila Wolf missing for Malaysia. Definitely not what they want to see. Actually, Tequila Wolf was just like, but FF Star did miss, so that definitely gives the lead over to China. I don't think we're gonna see any more breaks from them. Yep, that's gonna be the first map going over to China. Very good play from behind. They win this one by 10, almost 11 million points, 10 million points. Strongest score comes from Delsun Bai with a full combo and only 100, came so close to the double S. Very impressive play. Something I should also mention, Wabai Macau got no 100s at all, but he got a miss pretty early in. Too bad for him. He could have gotten a double S if not for that. And second place held by Dsan with 9 million points. He gets, does he get the full combo? It does look like it. Only 8 100s as well, so very strong accuracy. And China gonna take this first map. It didn't look too good for them at the beginning with Wabai Macau and Profit missing, but they definitely did a good job of playing from behind, and a few misses from Malaysia was all they needed to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm back, by the way. Sorry about that. But I was watching the end of that. I just didn't want to interrupt you guys. You guys were doing a great job, by the way. And that was actually a pretty interesting match there. One thing I'd like to point out about Ruby is just how cool the video is for. I hope that it's not disabled and people can actually view that, because it's really interesting. And it's a really good song, and the map's quite challenging itself.
Yeah, RWBY has that whole, I don't know, hype around it. The visuals look very, very good, and I mean, I don't know many players that play with video, but just watching it with auto, definitely very cool.
Well, I've always gotten, I stream every once in a while, not very often, but I always get told, why do I have video on? It's something that most people don't use, and I just dim it. Dimming should be fine.
See, Zero, I think it's very important not only to appreciate the play in the Osu World Cup, but the maps that are selected by the amazing map selectors, because some of the maps here are just amazing. And not just that, the storyboards, like you pointed out, the video is great, it all comes together really well and makes it completely magical.
I mean, I remember, I forget if it was 2 years ago or last year, we had this one map. Oh god, I cannot remember it off the top of my head, but it had this amazing storyboard, and we every time it got selected, we would just be so happy about it because I mean that meant we got to see an amazing storyboard.
Like EOS? Oh wait.
Except EOS is not getting banned every time. What a shame. We're probably gonna see it. I mean, we've got how many matches today and tomorrow, so chances are we're probably gonna see it come into play sooner or later.
Unless all the players conspire against Ephemeral. Oh, how terrible that would be.
Oh, don't say it.
Jesse.
Yeah, don't say it, because then it'll become a reality. I'm sorry, I've been tripping up all over my words all day today.
It's Jesse's fault, don't worry about it.
You feel like I do every day.
It's totally Jesse's fault.
Okay, the map I was talking about earlier is 45 name no Yokizakura. You guys probably remember that.
Oh,
that map, yes.
Yeah, that one. And looks like our next map is going to be Terakakushi Shinshunki. Yes, I rehearsed pronouncing that one.
Say it again.
Alright. Terakakushi Shinshunki.
Say it again.
Keep saying it.
No. Two times is enough. Alright, I've said it enough. You guys get the point. But anyway, free mod map right there, so that's the first free mod we've actually seen, so I want to say we're going to see some mods from China? Not necessarily sure about Malaysia. They might want to play it safe this one, but...
No, I think it's interesting to mention I believe there's a new rule for free mod where 2 players on each team has to pick a mod.
Ah, there we go.
So that's why I can see free mod being a lot less popular this year.
I guess so. I mean, this is definitely a bigger challenge, and Rebellion is gonna step in and for Malaysia.
Ooh, with the 2 people having to pick mods though, I mean, I could see how that would make sense as to where, like, say for example, if you do play free mod and all 4 people use one mod on the thing, the score difference if they did well would crush the other team. So making it fair and kind of equaling it up a little bit it has its strong points.
Yeah. So XPU is stepping in for Malaysia, and Rebellion is stepping actually for a profit for China. And you guys expected that move?
I actually kind of imagined to see Prophet play more, actually, because he was doing pretty well there. He had that really strong warm-up match there, and then he didn't do too bad beforehand otherwise. But, I mean, we'll see more as it develops.
See, I'm personally not surprised.
Want to go?
Yeah.
Go on, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because China's players are all consistent. They can all do mods, so really that does not surprise me personally.
I dare say this is one of the easier free mod maps. That's from my point of view. I think this is one that you can combo mods a lot better without being too afraid of them. I think Squall, people are going to be more inclined to Hard Rock, and Knife Party, I think it's, you know, reasonably easy to hidden that, but that's coming from a hidden player.
Yeah, I mean, I know Squall and Bonfire more than this one, so I guess I'd be able to talk about them a little bit more, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from when you say this is the easiest. Here we go with our... let's see. Okay, which mods do we have? We've got Delsun Bai and Wobaini Macau on Hard Rock, and for Malaysia we've got Gon and FF Star on Hidden.
Hidden versus Hard Rock, that's interesting. Battle of the mods. A lot of people would say that Hard Rock's harder than Hidden, but that just depends who you ask.
Yeah, definitely.
It's in a name.
The one thing that is pointed out is both of them give the same score multiplier here.
Yep, that's true.
So it is all completely on preference at this point.
I think that's very fair. I think players have a tendency to specialise into certain mods, and I think the best players are the people who aren't afraid to try out everything, and especially China, they've got that strength.
Yes, and I think it's actually pretty cool to see, you know, Hidden versus Hard Rock, because they are fair mods. They both give the same, not to say all mods aren't fair, but they give the same exact score, so there's no advantage in score setting here either.
Let's see, looks like we've had an early break from Delsun Bai. He is playing with Hard Rock, but that's an early lead right there for Malaysia. Both Hidden players and Nomad players holding on very well, and Wobaini Macau for China doing very well with Hard Rock as well.
Yeah, FF Star did have a miss there. I think it was one of the notes that was under it, and that is.
You sure you missed? I don't see it.
I could be wrong. I could have done a color there, and it could just be decline on me.
It's okay. Now you know how I feel all the time. Fine,
I think
tripping us over.
What's very interesting about free mod is people might become overconfident and think, yeah, I've got this with a certain mod, when actually the people or the teams who run two people who are playing no mod are actually the people who end up being more consistent and actually winning, perhaps game-changing matches.
Well, right now, honestly, I do have to give a lot of credit to Malaysia. They're holding on very well. No breaks so far, and I mean, it's almost halfway through the map, and they're still holding on very well with their mods. And you look at China, it's Rebellion also missed, so now Malaysia is able to take a bit of a score lead. They're about 4 million ahead, so not invincible, but definitely a comfy lead to have.
Yeah, this is like
I'd love to see
close.
that. I hope Malaysia scores this point. They deserve it.
Yeah,
This
it
is
looks
some
like
very
a
good
few of
play.
the players have missed, and I mean, China is being very consistent. They've managed to take the lead back, because I think XPU, Caleb, and FF Star all missed. So it's all up to Gon, and he's up against several people who have very strong combos at this moment. And once again, I have to point out how good China is at playing from behind. They'll usually get a miss early and then just do well on the rest of the map.
Coming towards the other map.
Yeah, that's going to be a win for China now. They've managed to play from behind once again, and they're going to be able to take this win. That's going to be a win. 12 million points of difference. A very good play from Wobaini Macau. He got the full combo with the hard rock. Very strong play, definitely. He actually takes second place. First place goes over to Gon with his hidden pick. He also gets the full combo with 19 million points, 0.3. And second place, as I said, Wobaini Macau, 19.1 million. So he's right behind him. However, the third place is what takes it, because D-San got the full combo as well. He was playing with Nomad, but he got 18 million points, and that right there is what decides the lead over to China. They now lead 2-0, but good display from Malaysia. But once again, one or two misses. It's all China needed to take advantage of that, and they just snowball from there.
Yeah, you can see China's consistency with mods there, because they almost had 2 FCs on the hard rock mod, which is pretty crazy, because it's one of the harder mods to keep consistency on.
Yeah, definitely.
Tiny notes do not help you when you're trying to aim and you're shaking from nerves and things, so...
I mean, if there was going to be one player I would have said, this guy's going to full combo with hard rock, it would have been Wobaini Macau, and he did, so...
That guy is just a tank. I can see him doing some amazing things throughout this World Cup if China takes this game and continues onwards. When the map pool starts to develop into way harder maps, I can see him still being super consistent.
And speaking of hard rock, here we go with the hard rock map. Sekai de Hitotsu no Takaramono is going to be our second one. Or not our second one, our third one, I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Sekai de Hitotsu no Takaramono.
Too professional.
I'm too good, man. I've been doing this for how many years now? You can't trick me.
There's a quick update. I think it's Netherlands 2 and Hong Kong 0.
Alright, so I mean, Netherlands last year we didn't really expect anything of them, and then they managed to go all the way to, I think, quarterfinals, so they were definitely extremely good. So it's good to see that this year. I mean, they're one of the teams that actually kept some of their players from the last roster. So I wasn't gonna say they lost their skill over the last year, but it's good to see that they're still, you know, showing some great skill.
So the Netherlands used to be one of the absolute wrecking teams that people used to look up to in the first few Osu World Cups.
Their roster changed completely, and they're still really good.
They've been through quite a lot, actually. I mean, they've come really far in the other Osu World Cups.
I mean,
Back in the leisure days.
If you look at the first Osu World Cup, Netherlands were actually second place.
That's a point.
Then they kind of fell out of favor in the second one. I think they made it. I forget if they made it all the way to semifinals or quarterfinals, but they were really good. They had that same old roster, and then they got that brand new roster last year, and nobody really expected it to do as well as it did. But lo and behold, they were actually one of the few teams from low seeds to make it out of groups, and just that was super amazing from them. And then this year they're once again this status where people have good expectations of them, and seeing them win again is definitely very inspiring. But here we go with our next map. It's Malaysia versus China, and we're going with Sekai de Hitotsu no Takaramono.
So yeah, I think with Hard Rock, it seems to be when there's a weaker team, Hard Rock seems to be the one that kind of like slices them up a bit. So
that's true.
We'll see how things go.
And I mean, there were two Hard Rock bands, so clearly, one of these teams does not want to encounter Hard Rock maps, and I have a hunch that it's going to be Malaysia.
Still very early days in the map.
And I mean, right off the bat, you can see China's hanging on with the early lead. I don't think any of the players have missed, and you can see some pretty lackluster accuracies from Malaysia. You've got Khaled, or XPew there, sitting at 95 and under, so definitely having trouble. Rumia is at 97%, and really the only player who's holding on very nicely for Malaysia is Gon, who's over 99%. But that's really all Malaysia have going for them, and they're facing a Chinese team who surprisingly only Wobaini Macau missed. He's the player I would have least expected to miss, but lo and behold, he did.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
You look at the other players, the holding full combo, D-San with almost double S. It's definitely really amazing.
Did Delsoon buy break earlier? He had May rank in the middle of that break, so that's kind of surprising. Did he break on the first two notes or something?
He probably did, but I mean, if you break on the first two notes, then it's like it doesn't even matter.
At the rate this is going, actually, it could matter. This is going to get pretty close soon. I mean, looking at it.
And here's an update, Netherlands 3, Hong Kong 0.
Alright. Well, Gon is still doing very, very good for his team, but he's pretty much all alone on his own. But it's true that I was expecting a much bigger lead, but I think, yeah, Spring Lane and Wobaini Macau both broke combos, so that's holding them back on score. But I mean, D-San, he still has full combo with 99.75%, and that right there is just how do you wanna go against that?
Yeah, it actually looks like Delsoon Bai is still holding a full combo as well.
Well, semi-full combo, because he broke up like the two first notes of the game, but you could call it full combo. Since Gon missed, that's completely over.
Yeah, that's gonna take it 3-0 in favor of China.
Yeah, China once again showing dominant play, and they do it again with a win by 15 million points. The best score actually goes to Delsoon Bai. Like you said, you could almost consider it full combo. His miss was like in the two first notes of the game, yeah. So it didn't really matter that much. He almost got 14 millions.
Yeah, the combo was so high at that point. It kept on adding to his score, and definitely helped China just lock down that victory 100% for sure.
Exactly. In second place, we've got D-San, who's actually almost tied with Gon from Malaysia for second place. Gon is just behind. They're both at almost 11 million points, but good performance from both these players. However, sadly for Gon, the rest of his team did not follow very well, and that's right there the win for China. They just showed very consistent play on Hard Rock, and they take this one 3-0. So if they win the next one, they will win the match with a clean sweep 4-0.
I don't think that was the most surprising of outcomes, because Hard Rock is one of the clean-cut mods. I think it's one of the mods where a very consistent team can consistently win on it. And what we have here is a very consistent team with China.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would always favor China to be the to select Hard Rock, because I mean it's always been that way in previous years as well. I mean, Wabai Nimekao, he's been around for a while now, and China has always been this team that was historically very good on Hard Rock.
I imagine that intimidates the other teams because not so many people are so good at Hard Rock. It's very difficult to get used to.
Yeah, definitely. It's a mod that takes a lot of training. That's a very good point, but looks like on this next one they'll have to face a different mod because our next map is going to be no money down, low monthly payments. That's a hidden pick right there. That's our first hidden pick.
See, this is one of my favourites as a hidden player. It's not so much hard to read, there aren't so many overlaps, but it's a very technical map and you've really got to be on point. You've got to be on the ball and you've got to keep up with the sliders because the slider velocity is quite fast. What's very interesting actually is the slider velocity is faster than the streams are, so you've got to be very precise.
Oh, that's very interesting. I mean, it's mapped by Grunt, and from what I'm hearing, it's one of these, you know, breakcore, very streamy, with lots of nodes maps. So definitely someone would definitely a map where where the combo will go very high, very fast. And I mean, when we saw that free mod pick, both FF Star and Gone picked hidden, and they actually did fairly well on it. Do you think this map could be an attempt from Malaysia to come back? Because I think it's a pretty decent choice.
I think that's very possible.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I think this is by far the simplest hidden map on the pool. I mean, I think we're starting now, but yeah, this is the simplest hidden map on the pool. So if Malaysia really wanted to go in there with the hidden, I'd have thought they'd have practiced one of the more complicated maps.
I guess
that's a good point.
One of them
is definitely
banned,
easier
though.
in terms of readability. This is definitely the easier one.
Well, we'll see how it goes with them.
Like I said, the map does get very, very technical in terms of kick sliders and stat combinations, which is a lot of fun. You'll see that at the start.
Pretty much a staple of this mapper.
Oh yeah, he's the king of breakcore technical style things. He likes to map Igor and various Screamer maps like that. I mean, he makes them work.
Yeah, looking at this map, the start is all like this, single notes with slight jumps between sliders. It's going to continue like this for a while, and then it starts to jump out. Like this happens in a lot of breakcore songs, but especially the ones Grummed map, they tend to start screaming and going crazy eventually. So we'll see that in a minute.
Yeah, I guess you could say this is the red light roses of the hidden picks. It starts off slow and just becomes, well, you'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. And already for Malaysia, actually, XPU had an early miss, which I think is going to come back later to bite him in the pants. Because here we go with the fast pace, and I mean, unless China misses left and right, it's going to be difficult for them to come back.
I think a lot of these misses are down to pressures, to be honest, because the beginning of this song is relatively easy.
Yeah, you can see XPU, he's struggling a lot. Look at that bunch of misses all at the next time. But if you look actually at the overall score, Malaysia is hanging on very, very well, so they could still pull it off. I mean, you look at FF Star and Caleb, they're holding the full combo, and for China, the only one holding full combo is Dalsun Bai.
This map's so complicated, though, full combo makes it be really impressive.
That's true.
Okay, so we got another update. Currently Netherlands are sitting on 4 points and Hong Kong nil. Thank you, Hemu.
Alright. So they're gonna win their match. Congratulations to them. And yeah, it looks like actually Malaysia still has the lead. About 4 million points. This looks like a possible comeback. I mean, Dalsun Bai also broke his full combo. I don't think anybody still has it by this point, so the lead should stay in favor of Malaysia. Actually, Caleb still has his full combo. So that's gonna go over to Malaysia.
Commentator's curse on Caleb there.
Yeah, well, the usual. But he got away with only one miss, and that's a very, very good performance from Malaysia. They take it by 4 million points, 4.6 million, and what a great choice from them to select this map to come back. Highest score, like we said, it's Caleb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets 18 million points all by himself. Strong performance from him. Second place by FF Star. He gets 16 million points, and another very good performance. He got his combo very high up there. And our third place is from China. Delsun Bai gets 12.4 million points. And it looks like a lot of slider breaks happened for China, because you can see 3 S ranks, but no full combos.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Across the whole Chinese team, they only had 1 miss between them, and yet they still didn't win that match. Just shows that it's such a complex map with all the sliders and the tiny little kick sliders around.
Mm-hmm. And what we thought might have been a 4-0 knockout is now a 1-3, and possible chance to go to tiebreaker if they can win the next match.
I mean, it looked that way. It definitely looked that way, but I love the strategy from Malaysia in that last map, because they played the free mod pick. They saw, okay, China's just gonna go with hard rock, so let's get the hard rock out of the way. Let's get that out of the way, and then we can focus on hidden, where we know we have Gone, who can handle it very well, and the rest of our roster is also very good with that. So we're just gonna focus on that, and it worked very well for them. Alright, and looks like our next map is selected, and we're gonna go double time. Our next map is Sky Gate.
This could be the match point.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
China could take the match with this win if they do it just like the last one, so Malaysia really needs to start racking up these wins if they want to have any chance of getting through.
Well, they have to force a tiebreaker at this point.
Yeah, just to say, they don't actually have to win this match to stay in the tournament. They can beat the other 2 groups in the group stages and outperform the others.
It is still a group stage, you're right, but
yeah, here we go, starting off the map.
I think this is the safer double time pick, so I'm not sure if it'll be enough to beat China. Provided they're consistent enough to FC all of them. Yeah, it's pretty consistent throughout in terms of difficulty.
And not only that, if it's pretty consistent like that, we might see actually an accuracy war. And I mean, in an accuracy war, I would favor China.
Oh, certainly. But then you've got to factor in Gon, who seems to be holding up the flag very, very high.
Yeah, he's pretty much their star player, if I would say. So
absolutely.
I'm not surprised at all by that. But I mean, O's standard is one of these mods where you could theoretically one-man carry, but that's provided you full combo and then the other team doesn't, which, as it looks like, is not going to be the case. And in fact, Gone broke, so that's right out of the question.
Yeah, like Jesse said, once one person maintains a high combo on a long song and the rest of them break, it's pretty much over, provided the person keeps comboing. But the longer it goes on and the higher the combo, the bigger the score gets, a lot faster.
Yeah, and right now you look at China, I don't think any of the players have broken combo.
Yeah, they don't seem to be having any problems at all with this map.
I called it.
Yeah, all of them are 99%.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying it's too bad that Gon broke, because the rest of his team actually following up nicely. But it looks like Delsun Bai broke for China, so they might take this opportunity to come back.
It also looks like Disan also broke.
Yeah, next for Malaysia, but that's... they're coming up. The lead is slowly decreasing for China, so they've got to stay on their mark there, because Malaysia is coming back on score.
Yeah, but if Wabin Milkau or in Spring Lane can hold what they've got, they're going.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, Nazef broke, so...
Oh god.
Yeah, that's going to be the lead going over right up to China. If those two can keep the full combo, that's game right there. And I mean, there are no more full combos for yeah, actually I think there's Khaled is still holding his for Malaysia, so that's going to be very tough for them to come back. It's 2 full combos against 1, and that pretty much secures the lead. And look at their accuracy, both at 99.67. Very, very impressive gameplay.
It seems they're completely unfazed by pressure. I think they know they're the dominant team here.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, as you said, the difficulty stays still throughout. So, I mean, apart from the oddness, they should be able to pull this one off without any problems.
Yeah, it looks like Gon's come back with a really strong combo again, but you know, it's too late now. It's just...
Yeah, it feels too late, because when you're 2 full combos against 1, you have to hope for the other team to miss, and with China, it's just not going to happen. That's going to be a win for China, 4-1.
I mean, this just shows you how important combo is in this, because he's behind by just over 200 combo, and that is completely tanked it. His score is not even close to the other. He's 10 million behind over 200 combo.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the results, it's 11 million points in favor of China by difference. The top score is by Wabai Nimikau. He gets 25.8 million points, so very strong performance. Only 4 100s with the double time, very impressive. And Spring Lane gets pretty much the same score with basically the exact same stats. He gets 25.7 million, so... And these scores are right next to each other. And then in third place, we have another full combo, this time from Malaysia. Caleb 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He held on so well for his team. Also got 25.5 combo because he got a bunch more 100s. But he did pull off the full combo, but sadly, that's 2 full combos against 1. And that pretty much dictates the outcome of the match. So China, with a strong performance, will take their first win 4-1. Congratulations. But for Malaysia, they showed that they have, you know, many good resources. So, seeing that as they are the unseeded team, the other teams in their group will have to look out, because that's definitely a strong unseeded team to face.